Fame. It doesn't come easy. And when it does, will you be ready? We all want to be famous, but only a select few get a taste of it. Did you ever wonder what it takes to be a star? Well, get ready for an exclusive look into the lives of today's biggest celebrities on their journey to the top. Before the Fame.
Hi everybody, welcome to Before the Fame, and I'm your host, Mike Sherman. Several years ago, I had a local show right here in Miami, Florida. That's where I interviewed local acts like DJ Khaled, Pitbull, Flo Rida, all before they were really famous. So that got me thinking, why don't I produce a new show called Before the Fame? So over the next 30 minutes, you guys are gonna come on a journey with me to see if we can track down these celebrities we once knew so well and talk to the people that knew them on their journey to the top. Which brings us to today's show, and it's very special. Today we're gonna go back and look at the life of one of the best legendary groups of all time, the Bee Gees.
Have you seen my wife, Mr. Jones? Do you know what it's like on the outside? You don't know what it's like to love somebody. How can you mend a broken heart? How can you stop the rain from falling down?
Now, I had a chance to talk to the lead singer of the Bee Gees, Barry Gibb, and his brother Robin over 15 years ago at the BMI Awards in Los Angeles, California. They were receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award. When I saw them on the red carpet, I was a huge fan. I was so nervous, I was actually stuttering my words. So when I asked Barry Gibb a question, he didn't know how to answer me. It was ridiculous.
BMI Awards with, I'm gonna say, a legend, an icon to some of today's biggest producers in music. Barry Gibb, how are you?
Very kind of you. Thank you. Very well, thank you.
How do you feel that today's artists, producers are looking at your music as one of the trendsetters in all the other types of sounds that are coming on today's radio?
That's pretty intense. I don't know. You know, it's all we've ever done was write songs, and we never really thought about the idea that we could reach this point in life at all.
How do you feel that some of the artists today are influenced by some of the fantastic music that you've done in the past, and some of these guys are just sampling some of these old joints from yesteryear?
I think it's great that we can still be influential to people today, and I've got a great admiration, especially for black music in America today, and for those artists like Wycliffe and people like that who draw their inspiration from us and our harmonies and things like that. And we work with them, we spend time with them, we socialize with them, and I think they're the groundbreakers of today.
Wow, that was so long ago, I still remember it like it was yesterday. Now let's take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, I've got a surprise guest for you guys. Someone who knew the Bee Gees very well. We'll be right back.
You're watching Before the Fame. Coming up next, we talk with the Albert brothers about the Bee Gees' rise to fame and Michael Jackson's special announcement during his Hall of Fame speech. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're watching Before the Fame, and I'm your host, Mike Sherman. Today's show is being filmed in the heart of South Beach at Urbanica, the Meridian Hotel. And I have a very special guest co-hosting the show with me. This is Mike Gibb, the son of legendary pop sensation Barry Gibb from the Bee Gees. Mike, thanks so much for coming on my show. It's an honor. Now, he has some of the greatest songs, some of the greatest love songs of all time. You were a young boy when some of his songs were on the radio. Do you have a particular favorite that you want to share with us? So your dad sold over 250 million records worldwide. There's only two other bands that did that, the Beatles and Michael Jackson. We have so much to talk about of growing up as a Gibb. But before we get into all that stuff, we're going out to Criteria Studios where I had a chance to sit down with these two brothers that worked with the Bee Gees over 50 years ago, and they've got so much to say. Today we're down in Miami, Florida at Audio Vision Studios with the Albert brothers that run the studio, and you guys have been around for a long time. You started actually with Criteria Studios in Miami, and you work with some of the likes of Eric Clapton, the Rolling Stones, and the Bee Gees, who's featured on our show today. When was the first time you met Barry, Maurice, and Robin, and when did you know that the sound was special?
I think it was 1975. The Bee Gees were in the studio working with Arif Mardin, and who else is there?
Well, the first album, the Arif album that was produced at Criteria was Main Course. And Main Course was the beginning of it all. So when we met Barry and the brothers Gibb, it was during that time.
Yeah, we were doing the Chris Hillen album in the same studio that the Bee Gees were working in. And as I recall, Barry was in the hallway, and he heard we were doing a final playback, and he heard what we were doing, and he came in and he said, "Wow, we were doing a playback of the whole song." He said, "Wow, that was great."
So in their early career, Robin was the lead singer, but Barry did do a lot of writing of the songs. When was the pinnacle point where Barry said, "You know what? I think I'm going to take over the lead of the group"? And his voice, you really have to hear his high-pitched voice,
Right.
which you really never did in a lot of those songs before.
Right.
I mean, it was amazing, and America or the world really gravitated to that sound. I mean, was that?
That's something I think that Arif Mardin had Barry do on a whim, and he said, "That's pretty good. Let's continue with that." I think that's how that came about, because all the albums before didn't have that falsetto that Barry did.
Yeah, in fact, the early hits, one of the surprising things that I found out earlier was that Robin did quite a bit of the lead singing initially on the early albums. And when Robin sort of was moved into more of a auxiliary position, and Barry started doing the lead vocals, mostly because he was writing the songs. And what Barry would do in the studio, we were fortunate enough to be flies on the wall in a lot of the cases, is he would just sing in his falsetto with no words. He would just, we'll get the words later. It's just, and if it felt right, they go with it. And then later the words came out.
Did you think that they were going to conquer that disco era like they did and come out with that soundtrack for Saturday Night Fever?
I don't think we really had an idea. I mean, you don't know what's going to be a hit, what's not going to be a hit. So, I mean,
everything sounds like a hit in the studio.
Yeah.
So now they're making Saturday Night Fever. Huge hit, huge success all over the world. They were nominated for a bunch of Grammys. Every song was like a #1 hit. Did you guys feel when they were recording those songs that there was something magical in the studio?
We've been blessed to have the opportunity to work with some amazing artists, as you pointed out earlier. And when you're in the company of a Barry Gibb or the Bee Gees or a Mick Jagger or the Rolling Stones or Crosby, Stills, Nash and Neil Young, you have a sense of this is something that's very important. And that dates back to when we were working with Aretha Franklin. There was no question those records were going to be hit records.
Yeah, I mean, you could feel it in the room. I mean, before this record's even done, you give just the rhythm track. You said, "Wow, this is going to be something."
Thanks, guys. You guys have so much good stuff on the Bee Gees. But there's a lot more where that came from later on in the show. Now, in 1997, your dad's group, the Bee Gees, and the Jackson 5 were all being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. However, some type of confusion took place on stage with your dad, Michael Jackson, and Barry Gordy from Motown. Tell me a little bit what happened. You heard Barry. You got confused.
Exactly.
That must have been intense. Well, fortunately enough, we have a clip of that, and we're going to take a look at it in just a couple seconds. So here's a young Michael Gibb on stage with Michael Jackson at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Barry Gordy, I want you to know, in my heart and mind, you are a genius and a king. And without you, Barry Gordy, I don't think music would be the same today. You don't want to say anything?
Michael.
Oh, Barry.
Michael.
Barry.
The other Barry.
That's you, Barry. This is a complete symbolism, because I know you're wondering why he's standing here. This is my godson, Barry Gibb's son, Michael Gibb.
Wow, that was incredible. The legendary Michael Jackson, Barry Gordy, and your dad on the same stage at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And Michael Jackson, he's told everybody that you were his godson. I mean, what was it like being friends with Michael Jackson and just kind of like kicking it with the king of pop? Wow, with the monkey.
With the monkey.
And Michael Jackson, you told me he liked video games. Now, your dad, was he always writing music? These songs that came to him, these pop songs, did they just pop into his head, or is he a romantic guy? I mean, how did these love songs all transpire? Mike, you have so much to say. Let's hold all those thoughts. We have to take a quick commercial break. So when we come back, I'm going back to Criteria Studios to talk to Ron and Howard Albert about the Bee Gees. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching Before the Fame, and I'm your host, Mike Sherman. Today I'm down here in Miami, Florida at Audio Vision Studios with the Albert brothers. These guys are legends in the music business. Not only have they worked with Eric Clapton and the Rolling Stones, but they were also there for the infancy, or almost the infancy, of the Bee Gees. One of their big hits was Jive Talkin. And I read an article in Rolling Stone a long time ago that I guess they were driving over the bridge, I think it was 195 or 395, and you know, it's a constant clink, 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 and they're like, Jive Talkin. Did you know that there was a story? Is there anything behind that story that you could share with us?
Well, the Bee Gees were very intelligent on many levels, and they bought property on Miami Beach. So for them to get from their beautiful compounds on Miami Beach to the studio, they had to go across a causeway called the MacArthur Causeway. Barry was driving, I believe, to the studio from the house. The tires on this rickety bridge would make a rhythm pattern. And the rest is history.
The rest is history. It became Jive Talkin.
Ronnie and Howard, Barry Gibb is a legend. The guy is just, a human hit factory. What's he like as a person? When he would come into the studio, was he nice? Was he all business? What was he like?
Barry was a great guy. I mean, he was, everybody we worked with back, in the day back there was, it was a family kind of thing, Criteria. There was 4 studios, so the Allman Brothers would be in one room and Barry would be the other, and they'd go back and forth, and everybody would talk. It was like a family kind of thing.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for letting me come down to your studio and kick it about the Bee Gees, Barry Gibb, and a world of knowledge of music. I really appreciate it. Ronnie,
right?
Howard, best of luck to you guys moving forward.
You're welcome anytime.
This is Mike Sherman for Before the Fame featuring the Bee Gees. We're taking a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching Before the Fame, and I'm your host, Mike Sherman. Today's show is on the legendary pop group, the Bee Gees, and I'm with the son of Barry Gibb, the lead singer of the Bee Gees, Michael Gibb. Mike, again, thanks for coming on the show. So we've been talking so much about your dad's success as one of the best pop icons of all time. We talked a little bit about Michael Jackson. We talked a little bit about some of the hits he wrote. Your dad now is back in the studio writing some really cool stuff, and he's coming out with an album, and he's going to do like a little bit of a tour. Is there anything about that you want to touch base upon? Really? Wow, so he's going a little country? He came from a musical family. Were your uncles and your dad always into music, even from a very young age? Mike, we have a part of the show where we have call-ins from people from all over the world that want to ask questions to our featured guests.
Hey Mike, this is Jennifer and I'm from Kansas City, Kansas, and I have a question for you. I am a huge Bee Gees fan, and I just want to know, what artist would you like your dad to collaborate with?
For sure. Now, Mike, we have a segment on the show called Music Money. That's where ordinary people get a chance to win cash by answering questions about today's featured artist. And I'm going to give you the honor to send it out to our co-host.
Thanks, Mike, Sherman, and Gibb. They're squared today. I'm your host, Brittany Cascone with Music Money, and today we are staying alive in the streets of Wynwood in Miami, Florida, where I'm going to be asking ordinary people how much they really know about the legendary group, the Bee Gees. So I'm here with
Nelsie,
T, Nick,
Chanel,
Amanda,
Jen,
and Brittany. Question number 1. The Bee Gees had one of the largest grossing movie soundtracks of all time. Now, which movie was it from? A, A Star is Born, B, Saturday Night Fever, or C, Pitch Perfect?
Saturday Night Fever,
B,
Pitch Perfect.
B.
B! Good job, congratulations!
It's gonna be B.
Want to keep the $20 and walk away, or do you want to play for 40?
40.
40, okay, she's daring.
I'll keep the $20 right now.
You're gonna keep it? All right.
I'm gonna walk away.
You're gonna walk away with the 20?
Take the money, right?
So question number 2. Barry Gibb was the lead singer of the Bee Gees, but his brothers were also in the band. We're gonna see if you know what one of his brothers' names was, okay? A, Maurice, B, Matthew, or C, Dennis?
C.
No, I'm sorry.
I won big.
I won big on
Music Money.
Music Money. Woo! So it looks like I stumped quite a few people today about the Bee Gees. Not a lot of people were feeling daring and wanting to go for question number 2 or 3. Looks like they just wanted to make money. I'm your host, Brittany Cascone with Music Money, and watch out, I may be coming to a city near you. Back to you, Mike Squared.
Thanks, Britt. That was great. Well, Mike, thank you so much for coming on the show Before the Fame, talking about legendary pop group, the Bee Gees, and the lead singer, which is your dad. Well, guys, that's our show for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. Tune in for next week's show, where once again, we go down memory lane of today's biggest stars in sports, music, and entertainment, all Before the Fame. And please send us your video clips to www.beforethefame.tv so we can put you on the show. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I want to thank Hotels Urbanica for letting us film at their beautiful location. And Mike Gibb, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm Mike Sherman. Thanks for watching.
Sexy,